What's up, everybody? I want to take this time to talk about comics. I already did that in my podcast, but I wanted to do that here on the YouTubes as well. I hate multiverses. I can't stand multiverses. I don't like the idea of there being like deviations in canon for the sake of just sort of like a character. Like, no matter how good the deviations might be, I don't like it. Because when it comes to the idea, like, okay, one thing I don't like is when 12 or so writers have a different outlook for the same character, and all those outlooks turn out to be canon. For better or for worse, for confuse, like Hawkman, you know what I'm saying? I've been reading a lot of DC lately, and it feels like a lot of their current storylines is basically them trying to make sense of the multiverse. From complicated people like Donna Troy and Hawkman and Batman. Fun fact about Batman: the 1930s Batman, the original Batman, the one from the very first Batman appearance, he's dead. He died. Like, he apparently died either before Crisis on Infinite Earths or during Crisis on Infinite Earths, which makes you wonder, who is this current Batman? You know what I'm saying? They're both named Bruce Wayne. They both lost their parents in the alley. But like, who is this current Bruce Wayne, and why did they just decided to just do another thing with the same guy? It's like, I like what they did with Our Man, when Our Man was just like a legacy thing, whereas like, you had Our Man from the early comics, and then he gave the role to his son. You know what I mean? And apparently another person was Our Man too. I don't know anything about that, but that I can accept, or that I can agree with, because at the very least, it wasn't like you had like this. It wasn't like you had like this completely different person who was the same person being the same person who was actually a different person. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? It's like, and like, for example, I was reading Kingdom Come, and in Kingdom Come, at the end of Kingdom Come, for those who ain't read it, just know this is a spoiler. I'm not Batman. Superman and Wonder Woman have a kid together in Kingdom Come. So apparently Superman and Lois Lane just never got married or nothing like that. They never had a kid together. In Kingdom Come, they have a kid together. And one of the few things I liked about Kingdom Come, by the way, is apparently an alternate future or a possible universe, whatever. And in Kingdom Come, one of the things I liked about it was that like they had a DC inspired diner, and where the waiters and waitresses dressed up as like Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, or stuff like that. And they actually, like they had themes, like they had like themes for the food, like recipes. I think there was something called the Batcave Burger or something like that. And it was just like all type. It was a diner, so it was like a cosplay diner for DC. And honestly, I'm surprised that never became a real thing. I like that. Another thing I liked in Kingdom Come was a Dead Man popping up for his little stint, just sort of saying, "Hey, buddy, if you're here, you're dead." Well, I mean, I guess that means I'm dead too. Don't worry, they can't really bother you here, but it is kind of weird that you're here. It's like, Dead Man is cool. Dead Man is really cool. And in this one, he actually is a skeleton instead of just like a pale ghost looking dude. I don't know. Part of me just sort of really like that. But it's still kind of annoying because like that is a completely alternate universe. So, because we never know who the Green Lantern character is. We don't know if it's Hal or Kyle or anybody. We don't know. I mean, but it's like, that was an alternate universe. Superman and Wonder Woman never had a kid, apparently, unless you count Lana Kent, who is also another alternate universe, completely different from Kingdom Come. It's like, for what? Like all these fanfics, man. Like, I'm not saying I don't like fanfics. I would just never read them because I feel like they're ridiculously unoriginal. If you're creative enough to, like, do somebody else, like divvy up somebody else's work, you can just divvy up your own. It's not that complicated. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, I don't like the idea that like there's no canon. in the series, and it feels like what they're trying to do right now is put all the canon together and try to make that into a thing and make it like at least moderately coherent, because like now you got like 50, you got something called the multiverse, and you got these 52 worlds. So now you have 52 variations of all these characters. So like you got 52 variations of Superman, 52 variations of Wonder Woman, 52 variations of Batman, 52 variations of the Flash, 52 variations of the Green Lantern and the other Green Lanterns, all the Robins, all the Teen Titans. You got 52 variations of these characters now. And you have to multiply that by how many original characters are there already like based off of. You know? So there's like 52 variants of Wonder Woman and Superman alone. There's 104 different ways to write these characters, and they're all canon. It's like, for what, man? I hate multiverses. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I love Catalyst Prime, because the Catalyst Prime universe is just now starting. I'm not gonna say just now starting. It's been around for like a few years now, but so far, Noble and Noble from the incident is the same Noble now. Quincredible from the incident, from his story, is the same Quincredible now. There isn't any incidents where like you see somebody like rewriting the character and then incorporating all those random differences into what's going on right now. It's not like right now in the Silver Age, Batman was the first Robin. Bruce Wayne was the first Robin in the Silver Age comic books. And then at some point, the Silver Age Batman and the current Batman just sort of got meshed together. Like they weren't like it wasn't like in the current Batman is never going to say, I used to be Robin. No, it's literally just at some point the universes just said, let's just mold them together so they could be the same person. I mean, and this is like what? Alfred used to be fat, by the way. And you have so many Superboys. It's just like, it's all these complicated, like, I think there was actually in one instance Superman had psychic powers, but apparently no, he didn't. Superman apparently like wrapped a chain around the earth and actually like moved the earth, but apparently no, he didn't. And I can only imagine how complicated it is in in the Marvel universe, because I bet apparently wasn't they had a Captain America who was the stereotypical right wing America, but not really. It's like, why do we need to incorporate so many alternative storylines and plots and stuff like that into this new generation? Why can't there just be like, one of the few reasons why I like manga is because like the protagonists from chapter 1 are the same protagonists at the ending. Naruto has never been not Naruto. You know what I'm saying? There isn't an alternate universe Naruto that sort of had to mash up with the current Naruto just so it can make sense. There was never really a moment where you just said to yourself, did Naruto actually do this? It wasn't like, Luffy, you never saw like Luffy in another thing, written in another thing, and like had to question the officialness of what's going on. It's not like you ever saw Luffy in Bleach, right? You never saw Ichigo in the Naruto series. You never really saw these, like, you never really, like, it was never treated as canon. And there was never a moment where you had to, like, question if it was canon or not. Because you just knew, oh, hey, comic book, alternate, just completely different comic book. In the case of, like, nowadays in America, like, everything that's based off of source material always seems to try to divert away from it just to do their own thing. I hate multiverses, man. I really do. Like, it's kind of like how the cinematic universe of what's that zombie game called, Resident Evil, put in Mila Jovovich's character, who has never been to video games before. And I ain't gonna sit here a lot. The movies were dope, but it's like she wasn't in the games. Like, why would you just incorporate this person? Why would people just like do these weird little add-ons to something that's already official? What next? In a One Piece movie, Luffy is gonna, I don't know, use swords and have ability to turn on fire on demand? Like, what's going on? Can it just be based off of the actual series? I mean, I understand taking things away for the sake of time constraints, but why add the most random things you could think of? Like, how can Batman be the first Robin? You know? What is that about? It's just so weird, man. Like I said, that's the reason why I'm loving the Catalyst Prime universe, because Summit is Summit. Noble is Noble. There is no Earth 1 Noble, Earth 2 Noble, or 1752, 104, 2 million years into the future. Nothing like that happens when it comes to Noble or Summit or Superb or the Incidentals or Astonisher or Glow. It's like there's no alternate universes or nothing. It's just you write the story and it's there. That's it. Y'all should really read the Catalyst Prime universe too. Like, it's a really good series. I might actually talk about how much I love it in another video. But for right now, just know I hate Multiverses. And I'm glad that they're trying to fix it up and clean it up and put everything together and make everything make sense. But they're too far gone. Like, it's like, what can you do at this point? Like, right now, the what I think is called the Future State or something like that. Future State, which is supposed to like be bringing in new characters, but you find out that some of that is also not canon. Like, some of it is also not canon, but at the same time, some of it is canon. Because Yara Flor, she's canon now. But Fox isn't. Or something. I don't know. DC, bruh. But that's it. Love, peace. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Keep your eyes on the skies because there's a meteor coming. That's it.